today we're taking a look at Smite's newest goddess, Discordia. She is a Roman mage. She looks pretty cool. At first I heard someone say, oh, she looks like an Isis skin, and I was like, oh, she kind of does, and then, no, she definitely doesn't. She definitely looks like her own goddess. She has the golden apple. That is going to be a key feature here. It definitely has that Roman vibe with the golden apple and everything, but the goddess is pretty cool. Obviously, hasn't had many clothes on, much like a lot of their goddesses don't, so there's not much to add there, but the wings, as you can see, those are the main features. The cosmic wings are really cool on this. Definitely awesome. And here is the recolor with the blue. I actually like the recolor a lot better. The black and like light gray pink type thing on the clothes just looks a lot better than the purples to me. And then the pink and black and white and gray cosmic wings are actually really awesome as well. This is much better. This is actually a really great recolor in my opinion. We are going to jump into a jungle practice to look at her abilities and everything like that. So we'll be back shortly. We are back now. We're gonna go through her abilities real quick, and she has a really unique walking animation. I mean, wow, she doesn't walk; she just flies. But the way when you strafe and stuff, she changes with each one, and that's awesome. She goes one-handed, one hand behind the back, one hand on the side. Oh, she dabs! No, she dabs when you go this way. Oh no, that's awesome. That is really unique. I love how, okay, and she does this. So there is a really unique animation for every single movement. That's really, you know how many people are just gonna strafe across the map and then walk back and then strafe across the map. Like, oh wow. So that is definitely unique. Basic attacks are really cool too. Oh yeah, I was supposed to go over abilities. I got distracted by her dabbing. So take a look at her abilities real quick and go over them. Her 1 damage. Actually, let's check them out real quick. The 1. It's gonna do that. It's basically her lane clear is gonna send out an attack and then explode at the end, and then 6 little orbs are gonna bounce, and they can bounce off walls, and they're just gonna hit anything in its way. It scales from 70 to 115 to 160 to 205 to 250. I don't know what the scaling is on there. I'll have to look at that later. And then the minor orb damage is 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So pretty decent base damage there, nothing too crazy, but again, not bad. 12-second cooldown. Her 2 is going to be an AoE. You get to place it wherever you want. And doesn't look like it does anything, but it actually does a lot, and we're going to go over that real quick. This is actually one of her, well, I was going to say one of her main abilities, but she only has 4 in total, but it's a very key ability, even though it doesn't look like much. It is called Strife. It is an AoE, obviously, 60 range on it. She creates an area of strife that damages all enemies. If 2 or more are in the area, they start attacking each other. Now, if there's 3, if he hit all 5, they all 5 start attacking each other for 1 second. Now, if there's only 1 person, then they just get stunned. And this is the same for minions as well. If the minions are in there, they start attacking each other. So, really good ability. The damage scales from 60 to 100 to 140 to 180 to 220 per rank. You see right there. And then the madness damage is 10, scaling to 50 for each hit. So, really good ability to get out or to initiate with. And actually, we'll just take a look at her 3 real quick. Her 3 is a leap. And then when you leap, she is going to land in an area of confusion. And then inside the area, she is stealth. But every time you attack, you break stealth for a little bit, and then you can enter it again after a short period of time. So while you're in stealth, while you're in the little area, and she also gains movement speed, and her 1 and 2 have their cooldowns reduced by an additional amount of time every 0.5 seconds she remains in the area. So basically, it's a leap. While you're in the area, you're stealth, you get movement speed, and your 1 and your 2 have their cooldowns reduced. So you can honestly, or it's not a leap, sorry. Her 3 is a leap. Or no, yeah, this one is a leap. So her 3 and her 2 is what you can combine together. That's what I was trying to get there. I'm sorry, I was confusing everybody, but we'll take a look at the 2 again. You just place it down. The 3 is a short leap like this. You can even leap in place. And this is just what it is. So you can just stay here, and your cooldowns are going to be reduced. That's what I was trying to get at when I said leap. But then I thought that her 2 was the leap, but it's not. So if everything's on cooldown, you know, and you're just chilling out, well, that defeats the whole purpose. But now let's say everything's on cooldown and you're just chilling, you know, just do that, and it just reduces your cooldowns. It's really good if you have mana to burn and you're mid laning. You can do that, you know, between waves to get you know, abilities up real quick, or if you just use them in a fight or something like that. So it's really cool. And now her ultimate, we didn't go over that, so let's look at that real quick. She's going to throw her golden apple, damages and passes through minions, and bounces off of walls as well. So that is a key feature with her. Is some gods have things that bounce off walls, you know, Hoi's ricochet, you know, but it's rare. Her entire kit bounces off walls essentially. So her apple can bounce off walls, hits an enemy god. If it hits an enemy god, it will damage them and force them to hold the apple. Gods holding the apple will become intolerable, causing them to be crippled, intoxicated, while they consistently boast. At the end of the duration, the apple will detonate, dealing damage and spreading to the effects of nearby gods. So kind of like Cupid's heart bomb a little bit, but obviously more potent. The initial damage is 100, 125, 150, 175, 200, depending on your rank. And then that detonate damage is double that for each one. So at max rank, you're going to be hitting 600 plus the scaling, obviously. The first target duration, 2 seconds in AoE. Spread target duration is 3 seconds, so really cool. And then her passive, again, I didn't go over, but basically whoever has the top damage on her team gets a damage buff. So her passive does nothing for her, but it really helps her teammates. So if you have, you know, a Bakasura that went off early game and he's just snowballing and he has top damage the whole game, well, he's just going to get a little bit more of a buff. So he's going to snowball even more. So that really goes hand in hand with gods who can snowball quickly. If she can get them even more of a boost, that would be really helpful to them. So now, okay, so you can choose when that actually detonates. That's pretty cool. Depending on how long you want to go, and we'll see. Does this actually bounce off walls too? Oh, that goes through walls. So her one can go through. Is that supposed to be a thing? I guess so. I just didn't think it would, but that's really cool. See it bouncing off walls there and hitting everybody in place. Let's go look at what it actually does to the enemies, which will be over here. So that's going to root him. That's what the root looks like. If we could get 2 in place, that'd be great, but I don't think it'll happen. So it doesn't actually hit them all. Even if you do that, you're going to have to get lucky with the ricochet. Let's look at the leap here. So you see it breaks stealth. Okay, so a very short time does it break stealth. Those are her basic attacks. Got a little extra hit there. And now let's look at the ultimate. Okay, so yeah, wow, this goes pretty far, actually. I don't see if I can bounce it off just because, and just to get the full effect of it. There we go. So it does charge up. Oh, okay, so you definitely see this coming at you. Okay, so he just basically spams taunts and stuff. That's essentially what it is. That's pretty cool. That's when it said that's what it meant when it said boast. So that'll be a good thing. I guess a combo you could do to initiate, which would be weird. You could place the 2, which is going to root them, or if there's multiple people in there, it's going to make them attack each other, and then you could just leap in, getting some movement speed as well. I mean, throw that down. I don't know if you really want to be initiating mage, but if you're chasing someone down, I think she definitely has some combo potential. I don't know how well it would work, but you never know. Let's take a look at the ultimate one more time. Let's actually go look at the raw and do that on him. Okay, so the raw, they're not CC, they can still do stuff. Alright, so I mean, obviously, this is base damage, so you can't really judge on that. I'm going to go over a more in-depth analysis of her later, where we'll just go over kind of what SMITE has for her, and it'll go, you know, her true base damage and the percentage and scaling and everything like that. So we'll have a more in-depth video coming out later, but this is just what her abilities look like. I don't think I did VGS yet. Oh. Wait. There we go. Hitting the wrong button. So her woohoo's just laughing as well.
All you do is fight and die over and over. I love it. All the other gods and goddesses already hate me. What's a few more? Last time I didn't get invited to the party, I started a war, so yeah.
She's definitely an Aphrodite cocky type goddess. So
I love it.
I'm trying to think of how annoying she would be though, because I'm thinking annoying players are going to want to play her just because of how conceited she is. But this is just a basic ability that's going to clear lane. Kind of reminds me of Ganesh's a little bit, but obviously with the ricochet is different. This stunning and attacking your attacking your teammates gonna be real annoying, especially because she can just put that whenever she wants. If you're just waiting in lane, and as soon as the minions start coming, you know some people are just gonna throw that down and make you start attacking your partner. They'll waste mana just to piss you off like that. I know this because I'm gonna be one of those people. The jump, I don't think people who are smart are gonna want to be using that to initiate and troll, specifically because it's not a big leap. You can leap over things though, but you do get that invisibility. You break invisibility when you leave it though, so keep that in mind. But yeah, that is Discordia, guys. I think, honestly, this is one of the first gods where I'm not too impressed. Obviously, I haven't played a game with her. I'll have to see how she does in game. When I mean too impressed, I just mean with her kit and everything. It's different and it's really unique. It's just not my style of play. I guess that's why I'm not too interested on it, but we're definitely gonna master her. I think the best part is obviously her flying animations and the wings. The wings are really cool as well, especially on her recolor skin. But that is Discordia, guys. If you enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like and hit subscribe for more videos like this. And until next time, peace.